We've got the Tottenham game at home. You batter them 5-0. Moving on. Um,
And it was like, he saw that I was wearing my Forest hat and he was like, Dyche, you doing well for you. I was like, yeah, no. And he went, yeah, he's good for the first like a few months and then he drops off. And I was like, oh, yes, I mate.
grass isn't always greener on the other side, my friend.
No.
Like Nuno is having a rough time at West Ham so far. He's not
Yeah.
having the best of like. It's not all just like, oh, here we go. We're getting a manager that's finished 17th in the league.
Get them whacked while you're there.
Yeah, here we go. Getting him in, getting him sucker punches in. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you're watching around the world. This is One Way Football's one-on-one fan talk, and here today with the one and only Tom, who is a massive diehard Forest fan. We've had him on the channel a few times now. He's a regular on the channel, and he's got a bit of a smile on his face by the looks of it because things are looking a bit up on the upside for
Bit better than
Forest.
Ange.
I mean,
Bit
I
better
think the
than Ange,
last
isn't it?
time that we actually spoke, you were happy because obviously Ange had left.
Yeah.
Um, I think on that video as well, we actually didn't know who was going to be put in the position. I don't know if we.
Yeah, I think I made a joke about Sean Dyche coming in and change like get a bit of a deeper voice and but
Yeah,
no,
yeah, yeah, that was right. Yeah, I think,
he's
or
actually
we found out on that day that he was coming in or something like that, and you said, "I'll get my Sean Dyche for thing ready." But yeah, mate, no one would have thought that the way Sean plays. I don't think anyone was expecting you to like looking on your past four games to be in the position that you are in. I understand that you lost against Brighton over the weekend, but Brighton aren't any pushovers.
disappointing that was because I suppose you look at it from both perspectives that Liverpool said they dominated the whole match and obviously didn't get no out of it. I felt like we dominated the match with Brighton and unfortunately didn't get nothing out of it. And I think it was by two really bad errors by Morato, the centre back. It, he had a really bad game. So I think both of the goals came from there. And I stand by saying if we kept Murillo on because he was injured from the Malmo game, if he had been fit to play, I don't think those goals would have gone in.
Yeah, yeah. But let's have a little look at Dyche's. When did he come in? What game was it that he came in? Was it the
Was it?
Bournemouth game or
No, it was the
no?
Porto game, wasn't it, in Europa? I think he had the Porto game. Then we went
And
to
how many games since then have you played in the Premier League? Who was your last after that? What was the game that you played?
we had we
Was
had
it?
Bournemouth, and uh,
Then United, weren't it?
then Manchester United, then Liverpool, and then
Yeah.
Brighton.
Sorry, no, then Man United, Leeds, then Liverpool, then
Oh, Leeds as
Brighton.
well, yeah,
Yeah, so he must have came in. So his first Premier League game was against Bournemouth,
yeah.
which he lost. But I mean,
There's no
Bournemouth
surprise
aren't
because
really
we
any pushovers at the
always,
moment. It's his first game in it back.
yeah, we
So when
always
you're
look to
going
Bournemouth.
into that game though, what was you like? Was you thinking, oh, here we go again, or
No, not like I said. We always lose to Bournemouth. So it was one of those. It's they're just our biggest bogey team that we always lose to them. So um, after that, I was like, well, he's only been in a few days. That's actually give him some time. Like we did Ange. I say like we did Ange. He only had 8 games, but give him a bit more time, and then obviously he's come up quite well.
yeah, because then obviously you went into your home at United, and you'd probably be a bit fearful after losing to Bournemouth against a United that's kind of creeping up there. You held your own in that game, 2-2.
I thought we played really well against Man United, and um, I don't think one of their goals should have stood because it wasn't the ball
Yeah, it
didn't
was
go
like a
out.
weird one. It was a weird the corner off the corner, like
Yeah. So was it Savano? Savano kept it in. Yeah, I think it was Savano. He kept it in, and the ref said no corner, and I was like, it's definitely not a corner. But obviously, they scored from that corner, which you can't always blame the ref for bad decisions like that. You've got to blame defending as well.
yeah, you no, you do, you 100% you do. I mean, it's not. That's probably that. Well, that was the turnaround, really. I mean, because you look into your next couple of games, you got Leeds at home. Leeds are on bad form anyway, and you go into that game thinking, right, okay, we've just got a draw against United. Let's go into Leeds and let's do the job on them. And you did.
Yeah,
So, and that was kind of your turnaround. And then after that, you have Liverpool at home and you Liverpool away, sorry, and you go and stuff them 3-0. I know like they were on a bad form anyway, and you just go, wow, where did
yeah.
that come from?
I couldn't believe it ourselves, to be honest. Like we have like the predictions as well, and I was like, I'd be buzzing with a draw. I'd be buzzing with a draw. But then when we started banging them in, I was like, what's going on?
Yeah, I was like, wow, this is a team that but Forest are this kind of team that you you can rock up to games, and especially against the big six, and make a massive upset. You've seen it
Yeah,
before, like against your cities and us, and and you do it very well, and you do it in style. If you're going to take them out, you take them fully out. It's not like yeah, okay, it's a little nick here and nick there. No, it's either a really late goal at the end, with City like 1-0, or you kind of do us like, 3-1 or something like that, and then you go and do Liverpool like 3-0. And it's crazy. It's good to see that that must have put Dyche on a pedestal, and just like when he got home,
oh yeah,
and that's
absolutely.
the confidence you need for a manager of his stature as well. Because
Yeah,
let's be honest, when you think of Dyche, you don't think big clubs, do you? Really, like I mean,
no,
as in the top six.
no,
Um, but he's proven to Forest fans so far that he can do the job. Dyche ball is working, isn't it?
yeah. Well, I was at work and an Everton supporter came in and it was like he saw that I was wearing my Forest stat and he was like, Dash, you're doing well for you. I was like, yeah, no. And he went, yeah, he's good for the first like few months, and then he drops off. And I was like, oh yes, I mate.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cheers for that. Thanks
Yeah,
for like dropping
brilliant.
that one on me.
Yeah.
So yeah, just run us through the Brighton game then, because what was the missing key in this game? Obviously, coming back
Uh,
from was that after the international break, or was the Liverpool after the international break?
Liverpool's after the international break,
Right,
and
so you
then
come back with yeah, so international break, Forest whoop Liverpool, and then you think you're going into that game against Brighton, or like on the highest of mountains.
mm,
So just run us through like what do you think went wrong in that game though? Because
it was the defending. It was um, what was it? Bad decisions from the centre back Morato. The first goal was it was just left to him on a plate, and the
the game
places
was
that
pretty even, wasn't it? Let's be
yeah,
honest. I mean, your possession was 52 to 48. You had three shots on target there to their six. Jules won 58 to their 42, and fouls conceded 11 to 10. So it probably was a tight game to go into, wasn't it?
first 20 minutes they were killing us. They was all over us. They had so many. I think they should have been 2-3 nil up in that first 20 minutes. Um, but then I think we woke up a little bit and then started pushing them back. But just unfortunately, we just couldn't drop the ball in the back of the net.
It's weird because yeah, like even looking at it, you had more shots than them in 19 to 17, which is what you want to see because you want to see that in a team. Even if you do like lose, you want to see that you're taking shots. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
Um, but yeah, it just look, you got to take that with a pinch of salt. You've Dyche has done a good job since he's arrived, I think. Going into that Wolves game, 3 points there, I would say.
I'd say so. But the other thing that I think we're missing is, don't get me wrong, I do love our new forward that we've got, that Igor Jesus, but we're missing Chris Wood. We're missing
Chris Wood,
that
yeah.
experienced player. because the crosses are coming in, but no one's there to receive them. And Chris Wood's always in that spot. He always knows where to be.
Yeah,
So
yeah, no, you're completely right. Yeah, you are. But your next couple of games, anyway, like Wolves away, Wolves are in such bad form. Dyche has got
yeah,
to be rubbing his hands with that one because,
surely.
yeah, he has to be. And then Everton, okay, that might
No,
be a bit of a tricky game. They're not any pushovers at the moment.
no, but saying that
Um,
about Wolves though, they done well against Villa at the weekend. I think they had 2 goals struck off.
yeah, yeah. Look, yeah, I suppose so. Looking at that, yeah, um, yeah, they did. I mean, that's like a derby, isn't it? So
Yeah,
for them, they're going into that, even though if they're like I say, we always say that form goes out the window at derbies, but um, yeah, Villa nicking that. It's the Wolves are in a bad place anyway. Their morale was so low at the moment.
yeah.
I think they're waiting for teams to just steamroll over them. You know, they know it's going to happen. They're not going to
The,
get too over the top with anything.
no, the last
Um,
season, Southampton, aren't they? They're really dropping.
yeah, it's inevitable that they're going to go down. That's it. It's the stars are aligned for them to go back to the championship, and they know it themselves. There's no one going to turn this around.
No,
Not a chance, I don't think. But yeah,
it was a
going into
shock
the
that
Everton,
the Borough came in. The Borough manager came in for him as well.
yeah,
It's like
yeah,
because he was doing so well. I think they were second place, Borough, and then he's come over to Wolves, knowing full well that your chances are you're going to be back where you were anyway.
yeah,
But if you stay at
yeah.
Borough, chances are you probably have gone up to the Premier League.
It's a bit of a weird one for Wolves, but you know, Forest, you're gonna take it and you like go out there all guns blazing and just and take the 3 points. Because then, like I say, Everton going into that next game, um, yeah, away to Everton, tough game, would you say?
I'd say that's a very tough game.
Yeah, would you? Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say that's a tough game.
I mean, to be fair, the only thing that you've got to think of is the fact that you've got. I mean, the only good player that they've got at the moment is Grealish. Let's put it right. Oh, I'll probably get slated for this, but you know, Everton they're only good at the moment because of Grealish being there. I think it's just the uplift that they have with him.
Yeah,
But yeah, I don't know. It's I'll probably go for a draw on that one.
yeah,
You know,
especially at their new ground as well.
yeah, yeah. And then you've got obviously Tottenham after that, and then yeah, you go steamroll over Tottenham. Tottenham.
Not
You
any biased
steamroll over
opinions
Tottenham,
there.
mate.
Yeah, not any grudge opinions there now.
Oh man, I'm not biased at all. Uh, but look, are you liking the way that Dyche is playing so far?
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I do. I love Nuno. I still wish it was the manager, but it's a little bit more. Don't get me wrong. It's not massively attacking football, but it's a little
Let's
bit
just
more
say the
exciting.
grass isn't always greener on the other side, my friend.
Yeah,
Like Nuno is having a rough time at West Ham so far. He's not
yeah.
having the best of like times. Do you know what I mean?
No, no, but like I said, but obviously he's formed our squad into what it was, and to for him to go and like I says, his style of football. Sometimes you'll be watching it going right. All we're waiting on is a counter attack, and that's it. So it can be a bit boring. But when you've got, like you said, looking at the stats, you can see that we're having shots and the shots on target. So
Mm.
having that little bit of an attack is a bit more thrilling and exciting.
Yeah, no, yeah, 100%. It's he's gone into that job and he's said, you know, this I need to do this. I need to turn this around, not just for the team itself or the Forest. He needs to do it for himself. You
Yeah,
know, himself. You know, because
he has some
Dyche
mad
has had
rules
so
though.
many jobs. Like he's had more jobs than than anything, anything you can think of.
He has some mad rules though. I think the first week that he was obviously training the squad, it came out that he said no hoodies and no snoods. It's banned in the training. He goes, I don't care if that's what you like wearing during these winter months. not under my watch. You don't
You
will. And
probably
I was
like to
like,
see that though from a manager that he's given a
yeah,
bit more respect. You respect yourself, then you'll respect more of what you're doing.
mm,
That's why, like, and obviously I've just moved offices from where I work, and they've moved into this brand new office. Looks absolutely like out of the moon, like something out of Wall Street. But like their rule was, we're going to move to this office, but everyone's got to start smartening up because everyone was coming in hoodies and stuff like that. And I have to, and I got out a couple of half zips and stuff like that and shirts and that. It does actually make you feel better in yourself
mm,
if you dress smarter and
yeah, yeah,
the way you do, like the way you present yourself.
yeah,
And that probably goes with football as well. And that's
mm,
what I remember. I think it was Arsene Wenger that used to do it. You don't come in to train. You don't come into training. You come in shirt, tie. You come in as it's your job, like it's a business. You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
even before games, shirt, tie, and it kind of established that in the game.
mm,
Because it is your job at the end of the day. You should look smart, present yourself. You're in camera view as well.
yeah.
So yeah, I think he's completely right there with what he said about the whole hoodie and stuff thing. Um, but yeah, that there is just an establishment of what he's putting onto the team. Do you not think?
Yeah, yeah. Well, results show, don't it? The results are speaking louder than anything else. Don't get me wrong; they're not massively, but it shows that they're going. All right, this is someone I've got to listen to.
Mm. Yeah, 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 yeah. I totally agree. I totally agree. Is there a couple of things that you would change still though in the team? Is there like something that's still there that Ange left behind, or you know?
If there's anything, I'd like Dyche to make changes a bit sooner. I think he leaves it a bit late. That's the only thing I'd criticize him on what he's doing. Sometimes it's like the 70th, 80th minute, and then he's making the changes, and you're like, should have brought him on. And you just go, or at
Yeah,
least starting that. I don't know if you've seen him, that Hutchinson of ours that we got off Ipswich. He's unreal.
yeah. All right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Is
So
it looking potential? Like,
every time he comes on, he looks unreal.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Did
I
you
mean,
see the goal that he
eh,
set up for Gibbs White against Liverpool?
sorry, say that again.
The goal that he set up for Gibbs White against Liverpool.
Oh, right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was crazy, like absolutely crazy.
He jumped.
No,
I
yeah,
can't remember
it's
what players he jumped in between, but he basically just went seeing a bit threw it
yeah,
through and went for the goal. He saved it, and then Gibbs. It was just put on the plate for Gibbs White. So he makes those differences, and why he doesn't put him on first to knacker their defense out is mad.
yeah, yeah. I mean, in other news, the John Textor, right, revealed that Ipswich had plans to take on Jesus. What a player he is, by the way. That
Igor, yeah,
Jesus, Jesus. I don't know how we pronounce it. I know we pronounce ours Jesus, but
yeah, it's the same.
Or Jesus or Jesus, yeah. And what a player he is, though. I'll be surprised if I don't see in the January window a lot of people coming in for him.
Yeah, I'd be fuming if he does because we've only just got him. But he's good. He is good.
Or even looking at him, if he's only just come in, then I doubt he'd make a move. But money talks at the end of the day. If things like
I can see Anderson going in the January January fucking winter. I
yeah,
said nearly said sale.
yeah, yeah, Anderson, yeah. Is there a few players that you would like to see leave as well, though? Like that you think there isn't left a bad taste at the club?
Right.
Murato, why?
Just because of his every time he's on, every time he gets the ball, you're like, oh my god, get rid of it.
Yeah,
You just want him to have it.
yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah. It's a bit of a weird one, isn't it? I mean, yeah. Then you like these players that we talk about, like Morata and that. You see that they have this kind of agility to like just turn up in big games that you wouldn't think that he would. Do you know what I mean?
exactly.
So you'd probably like let him go, and then he'd
Yeah,
probably
he'll
end
get
up
it
being
somewhere
like
else.
this fantastic player. you know, Sometimes players need that though. They need that uplift of a change of scenery.
Mm.
Just we've seen it with Anthony Martial, United and stuff like that. Um, certain players having a move, and they've become the best thing like since I spread. Um,
Uh, I would be fuming if Anderson went though. We need to keep hold of him, especially with, like you've seen him in England, don't you? He just kills it.
yeah, yeah. No, he does, he does. Let's look at the in Europe now.
Oh, it was
I didn't
16th.
see the Thursday. Was it the Thursday you played?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, it was Thursday. Got it
Malmo.
up here now.
The stats there
Um,
speak for themselves. I think they even hardly touched the ball.
Malmo, yeah. So 3-0. I mean, you're expecting that, aren't you? I
Yeah.
think against Malmo.
I think we had
Like I say
22
though, some of
shots and
these.
they had one.
What's that?
I think we had 22 shots and they had one.
Yeah, yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, that's mad. But Malmo, what? They're Swedish, aren't they, Malmo? So, and yeah, it's a small club, is it? It's a small team.
Yeah.
They're like the kind of teams that you're going to go to, or teams that go to, and they've got astroturf on the pitch, like Uh,
It
but
was
no, yeah, it's
it
another
was a mad.
uplift for
Sorry, go on.
Dyche, like
Yeah.
even in Europe. So, and where are you sitting now in the table?
I think it's
So,
about 16th.
yeah, you are 16th. I mean, it's very close and it's tight anyway. Even
Yeah.
if you was to finish in that mid-table, I think you proceed in it to is it the playoffs,
Knockouts. Yeah, yeah.
knockouts? Yeah. Um, and then obviously like first to eighth, you just go straight through. But still, I was sitting on 8 points. You've got a chance still. I mean, who have you playing next? Let's have a look.
It's one of the
Um,
bottom ones. I can't remember the name, but I know it's one of the bottom ones.
yeah, I don't actually see. Let's have a look. Be going into January because then December, like they throw games at you so fast in December.
Yeah.
In the Premier League. Yeah, I can't find it right now. But yeah, I think you're doing well in Europe anyway. I would expect you to get through. Um,
It makes you
you
think
know,
about how it would be if Ange didn't take over first, where we would be.
yeah, it was looking abysmal, weren't it? It was looking absolutely abysmal.
Yeah.
You know what? Someone said to me before that they think if um if if Slot gets sacked, they would go for Ange at Liverpool.
No, they wouldn't. No, they wouldn't. Not
Could
a
you
chance.
imagine the scenes though? Like
You,
because
you get Liverpool fans going, that's it, relegated. Sound. Call the season off now, relegated.
he did say he was a fan of Liverpool, didn't he, Poch?
Did I don't know.
Yeah, he did. I think I'm sure a Poch. Um,
Poch.
Ange did say, yeah, Ange did say that he was my head's gone, mate. I'm like, literally like no, he did say he was a fan of Liverpool. He did say that. So I don't know. Even with the whole Celtic thing of him being at Celtic, and then Liverpool and Celtic are like got weird connection, isn't it? That they um but yeah, that would be a weird one, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Seeing Ange at Liverpool.
Do you think Liverpool would sack off Slot after even after winning the league last
I think
season?
when they're all crying out for this, that like when you see Ange at Forest, and that was after 8 games. Some would probably say that it was not enough time to
Mhm.
establish himself to do something. But then there was the other half that were going, no, we haven't won a game in like
Eight
how
games.
many? Yeah, in
Eight
eight
games.
games. Was it 8 games?
8 games and all losses and two draws and the rest losses.
Oh my God. So yeah. So 6 losses and 2 draws.
Man, the draws were the first one was Burnley,
Yeah.
and you can see where they are in the table. I'm not saying Burnley's a shit team by any means, but it's like what you drawing at home as well. Like, that's mad.
Yeah, yeah. Well, then you could arguably say that is a sackable offence, to be fair. But I like, some like teams they like to hold on to a manager, and even though that they're doing so bad, Do you think he could have ever have turned that around? Do you ever look at it back at it and go, all right, maybe he would have like see how Dyche has come in and he's got a draw against United, one against Leeds, one against Liverpool. Do you think Ange would have been able to do that?
No, no.
Do you think there would have been like
I
defeat,
don't
defeat,
think
defeat?
the squad weren't there. I don't think the squad wanted him because if you notice about what they say now in any interview, and they do talk about when Ange was there and Dash is there, they say the connection's back. Every single interview, they all say the same words. The connection is now. It's getting there. It wasn't there before, but it's getting there. It's back.
Maybe Ange is just not like set out to be a football manager in England. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like because he doesn't seem to have any like kind of passion or he seems to be very calm and collect with everything. And I don't think that's what you need. You need someone that's going to go back there, rub the players' shoulders, give them a tap on the back, as they're getting out on the pitch. And
yeah,
that's probably what Dyche is doing right now at
yeah,
Forest. He
yeah.
understands that, that connection with your players and, a bond with your players is probably a lot better than, talking to the press about doing that, but not actually doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely,
And
absolutely.
Dyche is old school anyway, so he's going to be like that anyway.
Yeah. I think he's got a soft spot for Forest anyway, and because he obviously he lives around here anyway. Even before he was the Forest manager.
But does he?
Yeah, he's always lived around here.
Oh right, that's mad. So you like
Yeah,
just see
and
him like walking the dog, like
the amount of people that said they have seen him, but I never have.
I've seen no.
And
He's like your neighbour, he's like your neighbour next door. Like
yeah,
all you
and
hear in the background, I'm mowing the lawn. I'm mowing it now. Shut up.
yeah. But he trained under Cloughie, didn't he? So he's got that soft spot for Forest, I think.
Oh, that is good. That's nice to hear. Then, like the fact that he has some sort of connection with the club.
Mm.
And it's not all just like, oh, here we go. We're getting a manager that's, finished 17th in the league.
Get them whacked while you're there.
Yeah, here we go, getting him in, getting him sucker punches in. Yeah, no,
How are
so
you
it's
feeling then? How are you feeling about Arsenal? I think you've gone. That's it. You're running away with it.
it's
I know it's too early, but
it's
surely,
still wide open. I can't hate having these talks with people. I have it a lot in work. They tell me, "No, it's yours. You're gonna win the lot." Da, da, da. I know what they're doing. They're trying to be like make me get inside my head and go, and I'll go, "Yeah, we are gonna win the lot." Like because it like when it comes to it, it'll be like, "Oh, you said you're gonna win the lot," and it's
you can't admit you're not killing it there. I mean, don't get me wrong. The game against Chelsea, you was at Stamford Bridge, so you're probably buzzing to either get a draw or a win out of that. But you battered. Was it Bayern that you battered as well in the Champions League?
yeah, yeah.
So you must be.
They
I'd be buzzing with that.
Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. I'm happy, and I'm just not collecting all my eggs at once and just slowly going along the pavement and collecting one by one. I feel
I
like
think.
that's the only way I can be because I've seen it happen so many times with the previous leagues, like in seasons that we've
Yeah,
we've dropped off, and it usually gets to about February time when you start seeing that, you
yeah,
know, and we start going, oh no, now we were 1 point, we were 8 points clear, we were 9 points clear, we were 7 points clear, now we're five. Oh, hang on a minute, we're in February now, and we're only a point above like the second place. As soon as
yeah,
you know it, gone.
yeah.
And
I think that's the difference, though,
and
isn't it?
it'll be
Like
silly
you've
little
always been
games
that.
that are against Forest. I can
Yeah,
see it in my head. Like I can see the future. Like, oh right, okay, here we go, we've got Forest. And then it'll be, oh, we've drawn that game.
yeah,
We shouldn't be drawing that game. We should be winning that game because it's not no disrespect to Forest, but it's Forest.
yeah, yeah. The
And
difference in
it's
table.
little things like that that lose you the league. And we've done it before with Southampton, and last season it was Aston Villa, and just it's an ongoing story with Arsenal. So now I'm just being collective, be very humble with each game, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
don't go over the top. Don't go running around with me scarf out saying we're going to win the league because that's not going to happen.
That's the
But
difference. No, in it, that's the difference. Like you're like because you're always there, and it's always like, "Are we going to win it? Are we not?" But last season for Forest, because we were absolutely killing it, and we was third place for about 2 months. I was like, "We're going to win it. No, I don't care. We're
this
going to
is
win
it.
it."
This is it. We learn from our mistakes, don't we? Really, because and there was a time where I was like, oh my God, well, Forest are actually competing here.
Yeah,
Like you're actually competing. And but then you see when it gets to the nitty and gritty, squeaky bum time, and then Forest kind of like just
yeah,
and you go, right, okay, Champions League. Because I remember speaking to Donut, massive Forest fan, Gran Canaria, and he's going, oh yeah, we're up here challenging. A few weeks later, oh well, it's Champions League, isn't it? So we get a champ. A few weeks later, after that, we're still in Europa League, and then after that, it was we're still going to get Europe because it's conference. Do you know what I mean? It's
yeah,
the same with us with Arsenal. Oh, we're up there, up there. And as soon as you know it, bang, oh, we're back down there now.
yeah,
It's all right now. Reality hits. It comes thick and fast when it's the Premier League, and as
yeah,
you know, as a Forest fan yourself, it's a struggle to get to where you really want to be because
yeah,
of just games that you just feel like you're going to win, but you don't. Um, but are you confident though? Do you like if you was to get through the knockout stages of the Europa League, would you be confident to win that?
yeah, absolutely.
I mean, because it's going to be, I reckon it's going to be
Villa.
Villa. I reckon is going to get there. I think Villa are definitely going to get there, and I've always said it, and I'll say it again. And it, an English team will get to that final now because there's no drop offs from the Champions League. It has to be an English team getting to that final every season without a shadow of a doubt. Um, Considering you don't get the likes of maybe like Barcelona and stuff like that ever being in it, but it's slim to none, isn't it? Really getting that,
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Um, but look,
Yeah, I'd say us and Villa are we've got to be the favourites for it at least.
yeah, yeah. I would say so. I would say so. Let's look at your next couple of games then, because we're coming to the end of the show. So let's pick out your predictions. Who did we say you had next?
We've got Wolves tomorrow, and then did you say Everton?
So you got Wolves. So what are we saying with Wolves then?
I think 2-1 Forest.
To Wolves.
Ah, I've wrestled that.
2-1, yeah.
2-1 Forest, yeah.
Okay. And then let's go. Everton then. Everton at home. Everton are at home, aren't they?
I'd say it'll be a 1-1 draw or Everton will snatch it.
And Everton will snatch it. And then we've got the Tottenham game at home. You batter them 5-0. Moving on. Um, got Newcastle tonight, mate. You know what? They've got to start asking questions about Thomas Frank if they lose against Newcastle tonight. I'm telling you.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah, so let's just see. But yeah, let's go for your prediction on that one.
For the Tottenham Forest game.
Yeah.
Is it the City Ground?
It is, yeah.
2-0
Tough
Forest.
game.
2-0
2-0
Forest.
for 2-0 Forest, yeah. Okay. Yeah, we'll leave it at them three games, and then in a few weeks' time, then we'll come back to you and see how we've got on. Hopefully that big smile
Trying
on
or
your face,
bubble.
Tom, will still be there. And hopefully it'll still be on my face as well when you batter Tottenham.
Yeah, man, yeah.
But look, listen, that's all we got time for on one-on-one fan talk, one way footballs, one-on-one fan talk. Thank you very much, Tom, for coming on. Always a pleasure to have you on this channel. And yeah, like I said, I hope it's going to be all smiles for you when in a couple of weeks' time. If not, we'll get the raining ground effect with storms and stuff coming over.
Put
We'll
me
be
in black
talking
and
about
white.
Dyche, get Dyche out, get him out. But look, listen, guys, thank you very much for joining us on One Way Football's one-on-one fan talk. We shall see you again for another video. Look out for more content. Just did another video comparing my Premier League table that I did a month before the league started to the comparison of what the actual table looks like. Head over to that now. Click the like, share this video as well, and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed to the video. Help us out, get us up there. Thank you very much, Tom. Thank you very much for coming on. We'll see you after. Take care, mate.
Have a good